Hi, I'm Shannon from houseimprovements.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to hang a towel bar, just a standard towel bar like most people have in their own home, into a drywall wall. And in this case, there's no studs that we're going to hit. Sometimes you might be able to hit one stud on one bracket or whatever, but in this case, we're between studs, so we're going to use a method that I like to use, which is using one of these little butterfly toggle bolts. So basically what happens is, once we get it all marked out, we use this bolt system. I'll just get it twisted in here. So you use the bracket which comes with the towel bar, and these bolts which you'll have to purchase on your own. Most of them won't come with this. You drill a big enough hole in the right position, stick this through the drywall. These little things open up, and then when you tighten the bolt, these tighten up back against the drywall, and it makes it really solid. It's a lot better than those little plastic anchors or most of the other fasteners. This will make the towel bar good and solid. And I only use the center hole. Most of the other times with other anchors you're going to use two holes, but I just use the center hole, and I put a little dab of construction adhesive on the back too. But you're going to see all that. So to start out with, obviously you choose your location. We need to do some figuring and marking on the wall, so I just like to use some painter's tape so it doesn't damage the paint or anything. So you'll decide the height that you want to be at, and just stick a row or two of tape on it. And you'll decide your height, whatever you want it to be, depending on the objects you have around. Okay, so I've chosen my height. I'm going to put a level line on the wall. Like that. And in this case, we're centering it on the toilet that's below us. So, the approximate center of the toilet is going to be right there. I'm just going to transfer that up here so we have a reference. So there's our center line. Now our towel bar is a 24-inch towel bar. Generally speaking, that will, whatever length towel bar it is, that'll be center to center of your wall brackets, but just double check on your own. I don't know if the camera can even see this. So what happens is, this bracket goes on the wall, this bracket goes on the wall, and then this doohickey thing that the bar goes in hangs off the bracket. So, I'll just get it sitting in here. So the bracket is going to be, come on, there we go. The bracket's going to be on the wall, back inside of this, whatever, this foot or whatever you want to call it, and that'll be secured to this bracket. So in this case, you want to measure, no, I can't get it out. You want to measure from the center. This little screw is what tightens this to the bracket. So you want to basically put it on the rod, make sure they're pushed tight together, and you're going to measure from that little set screw to get your center mark. And this one, yeah, 24 inches should be fine. Most of these bars, you see me take this off of here, these ends off. Most of these bars, you know, you can buy one if you've got to custom cut it for the spot you want to hang it. You can just simply cut this off with a hacksaw, most of them. So if you need to shorten it up a bit, just buy a long enough length and cut it off. So we decided that was going to be 24 inches center to center. I know that I've got my center mark here on the toilet, so I'm going to simply come over 12 inches. So that'll be the center of the first bracket. I can go back 24 inches to get the center of my other one. So that's right there. So with these anchors that I've got, I need to drill a 1/2 inch hole. I know that seems a little extreme, but you've got to be able to get that little spring-loaded clip back in there. So I'm going to drill a 1/2 inch hole. Now, you're drilling into a wall, do a little thinking ahead of time. Make sure you're not going to drill into a pipe, electrical, that sort of thing. I know you can't always tell that. I should mention that I used a stud finder just to see where my studs are, and I know I'm not going to hit one. I've actually got a pipe right here. There's a pipe, but there's no stud in this location. The stud's actually right over here, somewhere right there. And my other stud's somewhere here in the middle. So anyways, you can use a stud finder to find that kind of thing out. Just do a little bit of thinking if you're anywhere in a wall that might have some plumbing in it or that sort of thing, just so that you're not drilling a hole in a pipe. And if you are going to drill a hole through the drywall and you're not really sure, just go nice and easy so you don't puncture right into a pipe if it happens to be right there. Generally speaking, they should be away and not right against the back of the drywall as a rule, but I'm not going to tell you that that's going to happen every time. So just drill carefully so you don't drill into something in the back. Okay, so there's one hole. Drill the other one over here. Okay, and we'll get our bracket set up with the little butterfly anchors on the back. I may have to ream these holes out. 1/2 inch might not be quite big enough, but we'll just give it a try. So you just want to put it on pretty much right at the end, because it needs room to be folded up and get through the drywall. You need a little extra room here than 1/2 inch for the thickness of the drywall, so it can get in the hole and open up. And I do need just to ream this out just a little bit. So that's pushing in there, and once it gets in so far, you'll kind of hear it open up, and that'll just hang there for right now. Be sure when you go to tighten that you're actually turning the screw the right way to tighten it, because if you don't and you unscrew it, this end will just fall off into the wall and you're going to have to go get another one. So, and that being said, if you go to take this down at a different date to move it or whatever, yeah, you're going to have to get new butterfly anchors, because you're going to lose that little piece when you get it all done, because you can't get these out of the wall and back through the hole with that piece on the back. So I'll just ream this one out. I can actually get rid of this tape. Painter's tape generally won't damage a painted surface, but I always am careful removing it just the same, just to be sure. So we get rid of that. I'm going to ream this out a little bit. Okay, so that one opened up in there too. And like I said, I'm going to put I want to use a little bit of a construction adhesive on the back side of this as well. And I know with the way this is going to be mounted on there that I've got a little bit of room up and down. So I can put just a little dab above and below the hole that I drilled. And this will just keep it from swiveling, and it'll also keep it stuck to the wall a little better. A little bit there. A little bit there. So now to get these started to get tightened up, I'm just going to grab a hold of the bracket and pull it towards me just a little bit so that that piece in the wall comes against the back of the drywall. And spin this till it gets close. Just kind of get it, you want it orientated the right way for your bar. Okay, and before I snug them right up, because the hole's going to be a little sloppy there, I'm just going to set the level on top of those mounting plates. Oops, that's going to come down. And I'll just get it re-leveled up. There we go, like that. And I don't like to snug them up with the drill, so I'll just take my screwdriver, make sure I get them centered up again, or standing vertically, I mean, and I'll just tighten it up with this. That. And there, make sure they're straight. And that little bit of glue on the back there, it comes through the factory holes there. I just kind of smeared around so it makes some good contact. And we know what's going to stick. Now, most all of these types of towel bars, toilet paper holders, all that kind of stuff, they're going to have these little set screws right here. So you're going to need one of these micro screwdrivers, generally a flat one. Make sure the little tip of the, let me just get rid of this. So when you tighten it up, if you watch on this side, the little point of this set screw is going to start to stick out there. Can you see it? Am I holding it? You can see it right there. So what that does is it just wedges itself in behind this bracket up in here and tightens the whole thing around there. So you need the set screw to be in there. It's easier if it's started into this, but you need it not to be sticking through on the inside too far that it inhibits you to get this on the wall. Okay, so usually get the top hanging on that bracket first, like so, and it should pretty much hang there until you get these tightened up. So just use your micro screwdriver again. Just snug these back up. You shouldn't get much resistance right off the start. If you do, you're probably not quite sitting in the right spot. But as it tightens up there, it should be hooked on the wall there good and tight. Now you're going to get this rattling possibly a little bit, and if you don't want that, you could actually put some construction adhesive in the ends of these, and eventually that'll dry and stick that on there good. But we've got that on there. You can't, now if your kid does a chin up on it, he might pull it out of the wall still, but this is going to stay nice and tight to the wall for a long, long time. A lot better than the plastic wall anchors anyways. Okay, so that's what I like to use to attach my accessories in a bathroom or a kitchen, that sort of thing, with these types of hardware to a hollow drywall surface. So obviously if you can drill into some wood or a stud in the back is even better, but if you can't, this is the next best alternative. So thanks a lot for watching houseimprovements.com. If you like what we do here, give us a click on the thumbs up icon down below. You can make comments below the video as well. And as always, if you have any questions, you can go to our forum page and post up any questions you have about maybe this project or anything else, and we'll be sure to answer you. And if you want to do a little bit extra, you can always go to our Patreon page or our PayPal and send us a little donation so we can keep doing what we do. Thanks a lot.